Hi, welcome back to what has suddenly been renamed to the X-Bit Gits. So I'm Git number 1, Owen, and this is Git number 2.
I'm Andrew.
So why the name change on our third video?
Funny story behind that.
Well, yeah, you should basically Google your brand name before you make up the shirts or the channel banner and all this sort of stuff. I eventually Googled Two Jerks, One Couch, and after our channel being the top hit in Google, everything else was gay porn. And nah. we did consider, do we just own it and be like, yeah, we know what the Google results will be like. Don't tell your grandma to Google the channel name, just send her a direct link. But
at the end of the day, it's just easier to go through a rebrand.
Yeah, well, you say that. We did actually still back and forth a fair bit because it's like trying to come up with a cool name that hasn't been done and doesn't sound like everyone else. That's actually like a bit of a challenge. Like how much, I wanted to ask you because you have kids, did you have this much trouble naming your child?
No, it was actually much easier.
Well, there you go. And like one thing I wanted to make sure of was that we didn't have retro in the title. Because everyone has retro in the title. I think you'd suggested the 8-bit blokes at one point.
Yeah, that was one of the early suggestions.
The only issue I had with that is like, oh, then are we going to be pigeonholed into like, oh, but Mega Drive's not 8 bits? Because
yeah, exactly.
I mean, someone will comment that, but that's engagement. But
yeah,
I think an X-bit Gits.
Yeah, like I said, with the 8-bit blokes, it was just had that cadence that kind of was punchy. It worked, but the X-bit, yeah, that works too. Yeah.
And initializing, because like Two Jerks, One Couch, TJOC, we sort of felt that had a nice, punchy, catchy, easy to remember initialism. But XBG kind of works.
Yeah.
And it's got an X in it, so it's extreme and automatically cooler by default because that's how X works.
If you weren't there in the 90s, trust us.
Yeah, and like, 1X was if you were just getting warmed up.
Yeah,
like 2X
to really kick it out.
Yeah, well, 3X is a thing.
Yeah.
And as is also going to hopefully be the tradition, we'll try. Well, I think we have both actually tried today's adult beverage before.
Yeah.
But it was on special at our local liquor store, so we're like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy those.
It's good stuff, yeah.
Brookvale Union ginger beer. Clearer picture to be edited in later for sure. 4% alcohol, so it's not too heavy.
No.
And it's a nice ginger beer, from what
exactly.
I remember.
I've
had ginger beers where you're like, I know it's part of the whole brewing process, but I'd rather not taste the yeast.
Right. Some that just got that really harsh to it. And now you need one that's, pleasantly sweet, but also, still got that beery portion to it.
And I think these are a good mix.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Nicely done.
330ml cans. I'm going to assume the glass is 330 and a bit.
Yeah.
Because it fits.
Just.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Got to be careful with these glasses too. They are so thin.
Just as good as I remember it.
Yeah. It's actually verging on dangerously good.
Yeah. You can very easily sit and drink a lot of these quite smoothly.
Yeah, and be like, well, there's no alcohol in that at all. So today's game is going to be Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, Hyperstone Heist.
Yes.
Hero Turtles was the PAL Europe name for it because, I don't know, I think ninjas were too violent or something, so they had
yeah, they had to do a whole lot of stuff with not including the word ninja in the title because, the connotations, it was too violent. I mean, you're still wandering around city streets armed with weapons, belting the crap out of your enemies. So the name
Turtles. So
yeah, exactly right. But that's what the powers that be decided it had to be. So that's what we're playing.
Now this one is your suggestion.
Yes,
it's a beat 'em up. I have been playing it as practice as well.
Yeah, it's been a good week of getting in a lot of training.
It feels kind of weird now that we're doing this, how video games are kind of a little like work. But also, it's sort of like, I'm not wasting a weekend playing video games. I'm generating content.
Adding more to the internet. just what it needs, right?
What about your day job? It's like, oh. Okay. I don't actually have a physical copy of this one, so we are playing it on a... it's like an EverDrive, but cheaper. It's an AliExpress knockoff of an EverDrive. It cost me $30. So we're playing it off a ROM today.
So I am curious to see how this changes up being played as a two-player game as opposed to one player. I dare say there'd be more enemies, but how many more? Who knows?
I was curious about things like health power-ups. Will there be more pizza boxes?
Yeah, that's it. You know, we're going to have to share shit. But, you know, that goes both ways for both the power-ups and the enemies.
Well, yeah, that's it. It'd be interesting to see how they balanced it.
Yeah.
So while the game's loading up on the EverDrive knockoff, talk about, there is a menu option for color style. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was either color style or animation style.
And the two options are anime or...
comic.
Yeah, comic. And I don't really know what the difference is. So what I have actually done before this recording is I've created a comparison video. We'll splice that in come edit time and see if you can tell the difference. All right.
I'd say put it up to 5 lives apiece, just so we can play for a lot longer.
Yeah, I'd like to get this done in one pass.
Yeah, same.
Now, you've clocked this.
Yeah, I have.
On normal?
On normal, yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten to the final stage on normal, although I'm not a fan of the 4th stage gauntlet.
Oh, yeah, no, that's rough. That habits. We're not used to having friends.
Okay.
2 players.
So, I think we both seem to like Raphael and Leonardo.
Yep.
Donatello seems too slow.
Yeah, exactly. I found that, yeah, he's got good range, but he is very slow in bringing his attacks to bear. So,
Well, I'll let you're the expert on this one, so I'll let you pick first.
should probably turn the controller on too, shouldn't we?
Yep. You're now Michelangelo because you
Yeah.
pressed twice. Oh, well. Oh, so I get to be Raphael.
Nice.
I mean, if we can...
Yeah,
If we need to do continues, we can see about
Yeah.
stuff. Now, when Shredder comes on, I noticed something. We'll let the intro play.
Yep.
It's not too long. So firstly, you'll see Shredder is fucking jacked.
Oh, yeah.
But also, check out that fat sausage finger. That kind of almost ruins the sprite for me because otherwise it's amazing. And then it's like... Okay. All right, story. We have just enough story.
Oh, I mean, side scroll and beat 'em up. Like, story? What? All right.
So, you're Mike. I'm
Yep.
Raph. Okay.
Gotta remember that I'm not playing on my system at home and the controls are configured different.
Ah, really? How differently? Like,
Oh, I'm using a PlayStation style controller.
Ah, right, yeah, of course. I'm curious to know now because, like, you mentioned to me while we were playing this in the lead up to this video about, oh yeah, don't forget the running charge attack. That's helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I find
it's
it's
game changer.
Kinda because this control setup, you press C to run and then you have to press A to actually attack.
Well, you have to press C to trigger the run.
Yeah, and then you press A to actually do the attack, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like far ends of the controller, I don't know if it's, I consider it impossible. I think it's just a motion I don't think of.
You can see that. Well, like I said, you know, you tap C to trigger the run.
Yeah, and then,
These guys annoy the hell out of me.
the other robots, the
mouses?
especially in the opening to stage 2,
Yeah.
not a fan.
Oh, I mean, the opening stage 2 is... Well, we'll complain about that when we get there.
I think the robots are just the worst bit for me.
Well, I mean, then we've also got the rock soldiers that pop up. Those guys are just annoying.
Oh, so I was thinking strictly about the opening of stage 2 where you're on the surfboard. We'll get there. We'll get there. We've got a tunnel. We've got a sewer. There's always a sewer.
So the enemies aren't coming in greater quantities, but also we've only got single pickups each time as well.
Yeah, okay, so that's kind of how I... That's lazy, Konami. Do better. No, I mean, as I think I mentioned to you, historically I've never been the biggest fan of beat 'em ups, but I think, as you mentioned, I just never... Because I think I've just tried to play them solo.
Oh, right.
And like never had the friends to do it. And then maybe on emulators, so it's a PC, and it's like the controls. So not all beat 'em ups are good. Period.
Yeah.
This, I think, this actually feels enjoyable. I think it's the right length. It doesn't feel like monotonous work.
Yeah, and
I think if it was much longer, it'd probably quickly border into monotonous.
I mean, the levels are, decent size, and
The enemy mix is good and doable.
yeah, exactly. And then, learning some of the techniques, like, these blue guys, if you attack them diagonally, they'll prevent them from doing their jump attack that just annoys me when they trigger at the wrong moment during your animation. You can't defend or move out of the way.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm low on health. There's a pizza box coming up. I might grab it.
Yep.
And stay
Go
away
for
from
it.
old mate. Oh, it's that car that runs you down.
No, not that one. It's the next car.
Yeah,
that
the
pops
next
out.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the death animations. Man, they take far too long.
Yes. Well, I don't really need that pizza now. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Actually, yeah, I do. I've been lately in my latest playthroughs. I've been trying to sort of keep the. You can grab that. Ready? If you hear a weird dog toy going off, it's because my dog has her toy, and I almost don't have the heart to tell her to go away. But Willow,
I mean, it'd be a lot
On your
better if you
bed,
didn't put a mic on there.
hey.
I said it'd be a lot better if you didn't give her a mic.
What? I mean, the problem with Rode mics is they're so bloody good. But, yeah. No.
The thing that gets me about this manhole cover here,
Yeah.
you can fall down it,
Uh-huh.
and but then you need to jump down there to get to the next stage anyway. So why is it detrimental when you've fallen for
Actually, you know what? I'm grateful that it doesn't actually inflict damage if you fall down, because that'd just be jerkish.
it? Yeah.
You know what else I'm grateful for on this one?
What's that?
No time limit.
Yeah. Oh, that is always a good thing.
It's like, I think I've tried playing a little bit of Streets of Rage, which is one we'll definitely do, because
Oh, yeah.
people will want to see that. And I wouldn't mind playing it, it's always been a classic, and like, if you're going to like a Sega beat 'em up on the Mega Drive, it's probably should be that.
Oh, and when Streets of Rage 4 came out just recently, it was a really good add-on to the franchise. Like, they picked up right where it left off.
I
but
have
they
seen
did-
screen caps of that. It looks like a good modern reimagining.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Art
I ended
style
up getting
and
it on the Switch, and it was not disappointing at all.
Nice.
Xenomorphs.
Yeah, when I first played through this, I had to pause it and be like, wait, are they what I think they are? I was like, oh my goodness, Konami! It's like, the greatest shoot 'em ups. So much Xenomorph. What was the other one?
Didn't you say it was in Contra as well?
Yes, Contra is definitely. I've only played Contra on the Mega Drive, but seeing it on the NES as well. They're definitely heavily inspired by the Geiger-esque and Ridley Scott's Alien films. I don't mind it, except it's kind of like, really?
Yeah, this did not need to be tacked on.
I have not played much of, also a Konami game, Rocket Knight Adventures. That's another one that's going on our list. I think we played a little bit of it one day.
We did.
We were amateurs then. Ha! If there's Xenomorphs in Rocket Knight Adventures, I might have a hissy fit.
I would be pleasantly surprised.
I don't know how I'd honestly feel about it. Whoa, sorry.
I mean, he does talk at length there, and you can't skip it. So,
Okay,
don't
you
think-
you unpause when you're ready, because you're in mid-jump. 2, 3, 4. So, for those playing along at home, every 4 hits on Leatherhead here, he does his scuttle attack. I don't mind his scuttle attack. I mean, it can still hurt.
Yeah.
But if he actually punches you, holy crap, does that take it out of you?
The kick attack that he throws when you get too close.
Is that him or Rocksteady? I think
actually,
Rocksteady kicks in both directions, and that screws me over. Whoop. I thought I was you for a second. That old two-player chestnut. Hey, I'm me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
I love that sprite flip work.
Right.
Why do they explode?
I don't know.
With fire.
I mean, some of the mechanical enemies, the robots, the mouses.
Yeah.
Sure, makes sense.
Those guys that spit fire in the later levels? Sure.
Yeah, they can combust.
But like...
Regular foot soldier, why do you explode?
Because fire and explosions is awesome.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That tracks. Now, the thing that really bugs me about this level, I don't know what those weird things in water are.
You've tried to see if they're pickups too?
Yeah.
I haven't had any success.
No.
I think they're just the most random minimal sprite they could think of.
Something to break it up a bit.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, the damage animation on this one. We carry on about, stubbing your toe.
My toe!
Yeah, it's like that did not need to go on for as long as it did.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got other stuff to try and avoid. Oh, and in the other Turtles one I was telling you about, the Turtles in Time, you've got a bonus level that is sewer surfing.
Yeah.
But it's unavoidable. There's a boss fight at the end, and you can die. So it's just a regular level. They've marked it as a bonus.
They polished the turd by calling it a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit green.
And don't need to do anything to unlock it. It just triggers automatically every time.
Yeah.
There's nothing bonus about it.
Except the title.
Yeah. Now, have you noticed any sort of pattern in triggering the...
Floorboards?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me either. It just seems to happen when it feels like...
I do wonder if there's like these little, I don't know, let's say they look like little Band-Aid crosses.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's them at all, but... if you don't mind, you've got 5 lives. Yep. I'm on my second.
Yep. Yeah, the pizza.
Yeah, that pizza coming up. I'll...
And yeah, just don't let Shredder fall on you.
Yeah, I find if you run through it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I do the whole leave the pizza until all the enemies are defeated,
Yeah.
so you might really get the most out of it. But then if you're too careful, you go off screen, and like we had earlier,
Gets left behind.
Yep. Sorry. In case anyone's wondering what I was doing, I was paying attention to the camera feed more than the actual gameplay.
And yeah, these shuriken guys are a pain. Once they get going, they really just go a lot faster than any of the other projectile enemies.
Was it you or someone else I know that was like, oh, the shuriken wasn't originally a weapon, it was designed as a distraction?
Yes.
I think having a metallic star stab itself into my person might count as an effective distraction.
Yeah, exactly right.
So...
Or if you're worried about fistfuls being thrown at you, you're going to avert your gaze, you're going to turn away. So yeah, there's a lot of mischief that can be had when a shuriken is used to distract.
We've got to chuck Shinobi on the list at some point today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost thinking like we should do Ninja November.
Oh, love the sound of that.
I think that might be a next year thing. By the time we get our schedule and life sorted too.
Life getting sorted. Yeah, okay. That's up on the
Oh, we'll talk about this off screen, but I mean to ask you how your cyber career studies have been going now that you've passed your exam and shit.
Yeah, good. I've moved on to the second portion of the A+. I'm still grinding my way through the network engineering stuff, but it's been good fun.
Yeah, because I was just like, YouTube's a nice side hustle and everything, but we should do the classic, actually have a career.
Yeah.
Until YouTube becomes a career, pay your rent elsewhere. I can't help but think, I don't know what to think about these rock soldiers and their build and their bright purple boots.
Yeah.
They do look cool.
But, that charge attack though.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I've noticed it just doesn't bother you, or it just keeps fucking you up more than you'd like it to the point where you start getting a bit sweary. I think I find that when I try and defeat. Rocksteady so far has been one of the biggest challenges for me, bosses-wise.
Yeah, at first, once again, like with Leatherhead, once you get a sequence figured out, so much better.
That's when I was playing as Donatello against Rocksteady, and that's when I worked out one of Donatello's things is he's slower.
Yeah.
Because once Rocksteady starts charging, when I was playing as Donatello, I found it nearly impossible to avoid his charge.
Yep.
And I just get done over so quick. Wow. Makes my back hurt just seeing. Right, yeah. You mentioned these guys in a message yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, I know the guys you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know their weapon was called, item was called a tonfa, but I was wondering.
Yeah. I mean, there's actually a lot of good proper weaponry that's been used in this game. I mean, the difference between the shuriken and the kunai, or your 3-section staff, your tonfa. Like, okay, you guys have put in a lot of thought.
I like to leave the I don't know what they're actually called, but those pizza boxes with the bomb on them.
Yep.
It makes sense to me to wait till you draw the screen full of enemies.
Oh, definitely.
Otherwise,
you
you
get
can
the
waste
maximum mileage out of it.
Yeah. That bunch of golems.
And the shuriken is doing more damage to me than it ought to. I mean, if it's bouncing off my big, thick-ass turtle shell...
Yeah. Like, shouldn't it really just be a non-issue?
I'm grabbing that one.
Yeah. I mean, you've still got 3 lives more than I do. But yeah, you can have that one. It's good to practice co-op because sometimes it's easy to forget.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Triggered early that time.
Oh.
And there's the kick we were talking about.
Have you ever been actually in the air when his rifle is shooting up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hit by it before too. Because at first you're like, well, that's almost pointless. Like,
If you're jumping around trying to evade...
you're jumping on your way towards him. Yeah, it's.
See, and that's just unfair. Especially when it happens 3 times in a row.
Nice. I do like the sprite work that they've done here. I mean, it's probably close to 30 years since I've seen a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
You're not missing much. Some of the more recent ones were a bit rough. And not rough as in good and violence, they were just difficult to digest.
I think I tuned in once around 2014 and it just seemed the animation style was darker and the content was just far too serious. It's like...
For a while there, yeah, there was actually a really good reboot of it, but then may have to edit this out later, Nickelodeon got their hands on it and it just fucking sucked. Like they focused more on the teenage aspect of the namesake rather than the ninja, or...
I was Googling something about it the other day and I see questions like, oh, is this turtle autistic? Does this turtle have ADHD? And I'm kind of like, that was the first thing I thought. It was like more about the finer grained details of being a teenager. And
yeah.
Well, I guess it just goes to show for a fact that the world that we were teenagers in is long past. So
Well, that's it. I do feel that with each different incarnation of the Turtles cartoons that have come out, they put different focal weight on each of the words in the title. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But this is the thing I was thinking about, like, cartoon characters ultimately sell toys.
Yeah, exactly right.
But here's the thing, like when it comes to like discussions about diversity and inclusivity and stuff like that,
Yep.
it can be tempting to be like, oh god, the world's going nuts, and maybe I roll about it. Be like, this isn't the cartoon I remember kicking ass. But part of selling toys and being effective is people have got to feel that they can relate.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just it. There's things that are viewed differently now compared, like, I'd hate to be a teenager in today's world.
Oh, right.
Social media being a huge part.
Yeah.
But like we were lucky that we grew into mobile phones and the internet, I think, rather than it just being this thing that was always there. That we're now parents trying to work out, well, shit, like how do we not let our kids come across the worst parts of what we found when it was even stranger for everybody?
Yeah. And
fucking cyberbullying, man, is just don't do that, people. Just don't. Yeah. Ooh, I'm almost well and truly out behind, but we've got like 5 continues. We'll be good.
We've got plenty of playtime left.
Thanks for carrying the team, by the way.
I've been training hard, man.
Ah! Oh, I just don't like these things. I'm getting better at taking them out without them biting onto me and, you know, doing the obnoxious thing they do.
Almost sounds like me and dating. I'm getting better at taking them out without them biting onto me and doing obnoxious things.
Oh, you enjoy that.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
Now,
sorry.
I know there is a section in here that just messes me up each time. Those random bamboo spikes that fly up out of the floor.
Yep.
Can't get past them cleanly.
You're not cleanly, but for me it's another one of those sessions where I've had run-throughs in my training where not an issue. Like, yeah, I get hit, but what do you expect? It's kind of tight, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And then other times where it's like, I just can't do anything but get hit by them and...
Yeah.
And first time I ran through that bit we just finished, and we're like, oh, there's spikes on the roof, that's kind of cool, I wonder if they do anything. And then I went on about my way. Next playthrough, I'm like, oh yeah, if you jump into them, they certainly hurt.
Well, because when the purple guys rock up, it was a case of, oh, just, jump kick them. Oh no, I just skewered myself on the ceiling.
Yeah. I think I worked out a pretty good pattern for the next bit that's coming on.
Okay.
It's like 3 suits of armor. Oh, we're giving away spoilers already, jeez.
See our video, we can do it.
Well, there's that. I am grateful the guys that spit fire only do it once.
Oh, that's it, and they've only got 1 hit point as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, how would they... And it makes sense for them to explode.
Yeah.
But, like, how would they reload?
Yeah, that's...
Well, you used to breathe fire, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly right. If you're leaving it until the end of a routine and you've got like 4 or 5 minutes of holding fuel in your mouth, yeah, you don't want to be filling up.
And like, I notice how the foot soldiers, they like hold their stomach as though they've been winded. Like, you probably don't want to be doing that with a mouthful of, what, citronella oil?
Well, I mean, yeah, I used to use what's called shell salt. But yeah, it is not a good idea to be doing that sort of thing with mass.
It's like the kind of stuff you don't want to be absorbing through your skin for too long.
Yeah, but it looks good.
Yeah. There's that. Oh,
electricity is another one of those things that you don't want to be absorbing through your skin.
Ow! Oh. Now, okay, so here's the... Oh, I'm guessing we get 5 continues to use amongst the 2 of us.
I think that's it, yeah.
So I've just used 1.
That's right, I'm still on.
But like, we're halfway through the game already.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I got toasted.
The unusual need to reference Turtle Soup all the time in the game is something that I found amusing.
Okay.
Like, when has Turtle Soup ever been a thing? Like,
I would wager that probably the height of British colonialism.
Okay.
I'm just guessing, and well, not just Britain, let's be fair. Spain, France, Portugal, Germany and that, they all had a couple 100 years of being, let's sail around the world and fuck up whatever we find.
But then, how does that relate to the experience of the bad guys in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like, is it some sort of elite Foot Clan dish, or...?
I mean, like, I think turtle soup must have been a thing at some point.
Yeah.
So, and like, it's... What other food would you think would come to mind with turtles involved? Like turtle sushi?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
I probably... I could say something about sushi, but I might offend people. I mean, I actually love sushi.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay, I'll just say, Japan, stop eating whales.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be one of the most tasty things ever. But then again, I'm reminded of a Futurama episode where Zoidberg gets $100 rebate check or whatever, and he's like, goes to the fancy restaurant and it comes out, here you go, foie gras and caviar, goose liver, fish eggs, where's the goose, where's the fish? So hey, that's what rich people eat, the garbage parts of the food.
Yeah.
Like, huh. I think that was your phone.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Do you want to check that?
I will just give that a quick check, yes. All right. It's just crypto notifications.
Yeah.
The market's going a bit weird at the moment.
It's crypto. It is weird. Oh. And again, manufactured value is...
Kind of what the world runs on.
Well, yeah. I say, like, trade, I think trade is one of these universal inevitabilities. I just avoid these ones. But never forget, we invented economics degrees.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I don't... These will clear on their own, and there's no inherent benefit unless you're close to, like, the 100 kill mark. And
Yeah.
you can clock the extra life. But other than that, it's just a sit patiently and wait moment.
Sorry, I just had to see, like, look at those guys. They look kind of goofy.
Kind of
But
very goofy.
if that's not Xenomorph inspired, what is it?
Yeah.
And again, Konami have done it before, so...
And like I said to you earlier before we started playing, I don't recall these creatures popping up anywhere else in the franchise. So this is very much a Konami addition to the game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the rock soldiers, the foot soldiers, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the fourth stage boss is a bit... Was he a thing?
Fourth stage boss.
I just assume, yeah, like after we get through these guys.
Again, yep. Without
So-
a long intro speech.
I didn't remember Leatherhead from the cartoons again 30 years ago.
Okay, so Leatherhead was from Florida. I believe it was Florida. But yeah, he had a real distinct accent to it.
Sure, he wasn't actually supposed to be Australian.
No.
But basically,
like,
I looked it up to see whether that's a hair, like a pimpin' hairstyle or actually a hat. It's a hat.
Yes.
Oh, that's 4. He did that.
See, yeah, he's got me animation locked. Son of a bitch.
Ow! One, two, three, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
So have you... you were saying earlier about the difference in the aerial attacks. So how do you trigger them? Like,
Well, I've noticed there is a difference between when you jump, like how long between when you press B to jump and when you press A to attack.
right.
So there's that kick, and then if you jump and then press A straight away, kind of do this. What I was wondering is, do you know how to reliably trigger that slow spinning descent
No
thing
idea.
that he does? You know what I'm talking about,
Hang on. If you press and hold A on the way down,
though? Oh, you know what? That actually...
mind you, we'll get back into Mike's animation for that in a sec. How
right.
he manages to maintain his nunchuck straight.
I mean, like, maybe probably has some really solid wrists.
but I mean, the fact
Okay,
that-
I see what you mean.
Yeah, the chain ought to be less rigid than that.
Yeah, like he could be holding the base of both ends. Oh, damn.
Yeah, hold by
Okay,
the base. That'll keep it. No.
I'm down on second. Okay, that's 2 continues down. I knew I'd be that guy.
But like we said, beat 'em up's not your thing.
That, and now we've also got the whole playing video games while talking and trying to entertain.
Well, yeah, that also
Does make it harder.
Yeah. Tattoo.
Yeah, this guy has suddenly started giving me a lot of grief. Like,
really?
I found I could jump towards him and usually go over his one projectile. But then lately, I've been just getting, as I approach him, he just throws out like this whole barrage of them and I'm fucked.
If you keep spamming your attack, you can actually deflect them back at him. It's the jumping throw ones that he gets me with all the time.
Well, I know he does that, so when he goes to jump, I just stay far to the side as I can.
Yeah.
Almost feels like we should keep one of us on each side.
That would be a solid strategy for the bosses.
Ken, don't mind me, I failed. I'm going to explode now. I think you need a better union. My mouse. See, this guy, I don't remember him.
Oh, Baxter Stockman. He was he got turned into that fly guy.
Wait, actually, now you say Baxter. So Stockman was like a surname rather than like a job title. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you think he's just flying around some flighted
Like
powered
flying
jacket.
forklift.
Yeah. But this is one of the easiest ones I've found so far.
I think for me it was the long-seated hatred for those gosh darn robots. But in general, he doesn't seem to be too hard to get.
Nice.
He sort of stays in the one line, pretty much.
Well, I mean, I've barely moved from the spot, just
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth.
I think you might. I wonder, like the nunchucks feel like they might just be the better weapon for these goddamn robot things.
Yeah, I mean, the balance between speed and range on them. Like, Wrath, love the speed for a side, but you've got just that short bit of range, you've got to be getting close, which is why it triggers so many of the grab attacks.
Yeah. Okay, so. So being the final stage, does it drag out to like have 4 subsections in it all of a sudden, or?
There is one of those classic elevator sequences that just does seem to go on for much longer than it needs to.
Ah, okay.
Or, you know, good old school beat 'em ups will have them.
I actually hit that in Contra now that I've managed to reliably beat the 4th stage boss and see pretty much the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an elevator stage that...
You can count on them. They're always going to be there.
Having only played Contra Hardcore, I can totally see why people love the series. And now that I am the owner of a yet-to-be-shipped from Japan, but Super Famicom, I'm going to see about getting the Contra games.
Nice.
Because they only ever did one on any Sega system. Ow!
The audio, like, you know, the background music on this level, it's got those weird little yeah, yeah, yeah moments in it.
Yeah.
Just nothing else resembling vocals through the entire rest of the game soundtrack except for that.
Well, you see, just talking about Nintendo systems, that's where the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom really did shine compared to the Mega Drive and Genesis. It does have far better sound hardware.
Yeah, right.
I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but I know that the Mega Drive only has a single sampled audio or PCM sound channel.
Right.
And it's like 40 kilohertz, so it's not quite CD quality, which it doesn't need to be, but
Yeah.
there's only the one channel. Everything else is FM synth or the square wave generator inherited from Master System.
do love me a good square wave.
Well, I mean, like, there's some pretty awesome tunes on
Yeah.
Master System. You got Paperboy tunes stuck in your head still?
Oh, yeah. That is not gone away.
See? No, I mean, the Master System one was way better, music-wise.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like it actually had music.
Oh, I loaded up Paperboy 2 the other day as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. I mean, Paperboy was good, it was fun, it was simple. They've tried far too hard, I think, in Paperboy 2.
Uh-huh.
The fact that, you've got streets that you need to follow. It's not just that one continuous run. You've actually got to follow the road.
I looked at it for 5 minutes, and it was like to both sides of the road.
Yeah,
as
you got to
well.
do left side of the street, right side of the street. You've actually got a jump button now, which is nice.
So by try too hard, do you think it's worth looking into?
Oh,
Sounds like there's definitely a video in it, because I'm sure anyone that watches our video, the Paperboy video, put the link up here.
yep.
He's probably going to be like, I remember Paperboy, because
Yeah.
lots of people do.
Oh, exactly right. So many people play it.
Like our friend Scott from school, I mentioned it to him, and he's like, wait, there was a second one?
Yeah.
So I think we should play it, just if only to show
Oh,
people.
come on. Stupid animation.
I don't think does the freeze spray actually hurt?
Yeah.
Is it just
killed me.
immobilise? Well, it just immobilise you, which isn't necessarily a good thing.
No. But no, it was taking life down.
So have you used a continue at all yet?
No.
Okay, I've used 2. I've got 5.
Well, I'm about to score an extra life for my 500th kill, 400th kill.
Okay, I remember the giant blue balls.
Don't we all?
Oh. Hey, look, a video game.
Damn canine. Now, to me, it seems a little bit dumb to be carrying a giant rocket launcher like that and then just feel the need to headbutt people instead.
They are made of rocks. What do you want from them?
I helped.
Oh, dude, you've lost what? Maybe more than just 3, because I know you certainly gained a few lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, 409. The fact that your kill count is so high means it hasn't reset.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Guess I've been
that's a
training
good way
hard.
of tracking it. Ow! I was thinking, you know how I said to you, send me through the ROM file you've been playing, so I'll make sure we've got... Ooh.
Good old Krang.
So I'm guessing he's not the final boss? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad he shows up, though, because that suit always... I remember that was always kind of looked cool.
Oh yeah, and they did actually revisit the Umtrons, which is what his race is in some of the more recent franchises.
I picked that up when I was Wikipedia.
Yeah. But yeah, back in the day when it was just this weird disembodied brain with gut of the robot thing, yeah, it was an odd addition. Mind you, his little walker frame that he used to have, I remember when I got that as a kid, it was like my most favoured toy of the Turtles franchise for a very long time there.
I think I ever...
Oh, I was watching you again.
Yeah. I didn't have too much in the way of franchise toys. I remember when I was 10, I did get a black Power Ranger. Remember Power Rangers?
I remember Power Rangers.
I was big in on Power Rangers. I got a black Zack action figure where you press the button and it kicks.
Oh, nice.
And to me, that was like the best things ever. Shit, I think I had that for ages, and then Mum asked me one day, a bunch of your old toys here. What do you want me to do with them? I'm like, honestly, just donate them somewhere. And then someone in the local community, their house burnt down and their kids lost all their toys. So it actually worked out well for them.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Shredder all of a sudden.
Super Shredder, yeah, man. Do you remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2?
Almost sounds like something from
Ooze?
Officeworks.
You're gonna want that pizza.
I remember that I did watch that movie when it was new.
So
Again, 30 years.
in the final fight, Shredder, gets all messed up and stuff, but then he gets exposed to the mutagenic ooze that made the turtles. So you get Super Shredder. But it's a mutagenic compound that changes them biologically. Somehow it makes all his spikes, which are metal, grow bigger and larger and pointier. Yeah, right. Looks pretty cool though. Like, damn, he was an awesome bad guy.
Trying to work out how to deliberately do that slow descent. That shocking whip that those fuckers can do if they actually get you, that can...
Oh, yeah, that takes a lot of health real quick.
And the laser. They're deceptive because I have very little effort hitting them when they sit still enough.
Yeah, that's the thing though, it gets them
But then when they actually hit you, like, how? I mean, when they do bite you, that is like kind of a cool little animation touch, but cool. I hate these things.
Pick up your extra life too.
What? Did I? Oh, okay. Oh, that was a pretty cool entrance on their part, though. Synchronized. Hiya!
Yeah, does the Foot Clan have a choreography department?
I'm picturing things that are amusing to me that I just can't describe well enough.
Yeah.
So I'll... Yeah.
That's fair.
I'll be quiet. I do it occasionally.
I do like that slam attack that that lets you weaponize your enemy, and it's quite powerful of taking out a lot of things.
The what, sorry?
This slam attack
Yeah.
wipes out a lot of things very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And nice meaty sound effects too.
Yeah, good satisfying.
Like this hitting their defense. I mean, at least it's clear exactly what happened there.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird though. But yeah, you get nice meaty thwacks. So is this the real final boss fight? Or is this not Super Shredder?
This is Super Shredder.
Ooh.
Now this is where your run attack really comes to the forefront.
Now I'll show you the power of the Hyperstone.
Yeah, there was apparently some sort of storyline we're following, wasn't there? And this is a bigger boss level as well, so we're going to need to...
Oh, there's actually scrolling.
Yep. Okay, so green is bad. Orange is bad. Blue is where you've got to hit him. So see how he does the charge up thing?
Uh-huh.
On the times he goes blue. Yeah, that one. That's when only time you can charge in and get the strike.
So you just can't hit him otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically avoid him a lot of the time.
I haven't been able to hit him, but it's after the blue one. And the green orb is instant death.
God, he's got like 6 health bars too.
If you can animation lock in there, all the better for you.
Okay. Weird how fire follows your toe.
Yeah, right.
And at least they have good, satisfying, clear, you hurt the boss noises.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than those games where it's like, am I doing anything?
Well, that's it. Like,
It's like, should I just give up or just be patient?
Well, I mean, in games like Thunder Force and all sorts of stuff like that, when you actually see the different colour of the impact,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and when the bosses go, like, well, actually they do it here too. They do flash.
Yeah.
Red. Or some of them, the palette will change more red. Ooh. Ah, oh yeah, green is insta bad. Right.
Oh, if we do another playthrough, I'll show you the what happens when the green orbs hit you.
Okay, so half health. I wasn't expecting another one so soon. So
Yeah,
like,
the sequence is odd.
I mean, like, look, computerized random numbers are actually harder than people realize.
Yeah.
True random, anyway. What a lot of games end up doing, especially in this era, was look, it's random enough.
Yeah. Does the game work? Cool. Let's run with that.
Or, well, we, meaning I, have only used 2 continues, so that's not too bad.
Well, I'm hoping that we can get him down before I have to use my first.
Oh!
Satisfying.
Yeah, it was weird. I think it really, if the...
Now, there is a secret ending that I've not yet seen that unlocks if you finish the game in hard.
Uh-huh, right.
So what was the runtime on it? Like, how long did it take us to finish it?
I think by the time after you got here, well, an hour maybe? We'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll put the time up.
Nice.
I don't know. It'll come out in how long the video ends up being or not,
Yeah.
I suppose. Okay. Cool. Well, that is the handy thing about recording these videos for sharing with everybody else as well. But it is a track. It's a record of. Oh yeah, we played that because we did video.
Yeah. There's been a lot of games over the last year that you've mentioned. I went, that sounds familiar. I don't know if I've actually played it.
Yeah.
And even once we're in the game, like, still not sure if this is a memory or I've seen it or I don't know.
Like one of my friend, I have a friend I had over. We were playing. I think it was Fantasy Zone on Master System.
Oh, yep.
And he's like, no, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. Oh, I don't remember this game. Hey, and then he died, and I don't know if you remember the Fantasy
sound
Zone.
effect.
Does the
Yep.
It's like, oh, this game. Like, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna do another playthrough. I don't think I want to do another playthrough. I'd rather get some more video content up, so
Yep.
we've got a buffer.
Okay. I will jump back in and show you what happens when the green orbs hit you.
Okay, so do you know there's a level select then?
Sure is. It's Konami, baby.
Don't get me started, man. Like all the Contra cheats work on the Japanese version. Yet when you Google Genesis cheats for Contra Hardcore, people list them and then say Japanese version only. Well, that's the Japanese Mega Drive. It's not the. Got my hopes up a few times. All right, cool. So you do your thing.
Oh, yep. What am I going by today?
I'm in AAA. That dude has played so many video games.
Yep.
I'd say get a life, but he's fucking good.
Yeah, right.
He's always
top of every
score.
scoreboard, yeah. Yes, my eyes function.
For some reason I was like, you need D. Like, wait, what?
Expert get it.
Yeah, I know now. Oh, there you go.
48 minutes, not bad. All right.
Cool.
So,
Well, you need the Player 1 controller?
apparently I do, yes.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Well, I just put in the code and it didn't work, so.
What do they say there? Let's hit shell.
Let's kick shell.
Right. Yeah. See, that suffers from not the greatest sampled audio.
Yeah. Get back to my boy Raph. Skip this, seeing it. entrance. Yeah. Give me some green.
Now that you want it,
Yeah,
what
right.
happened?
Here we go. Oh. Didn't get the orb, I got the fire instead. Let it go. Thanks. I'm gonna end up killing him before I actually get this to trigger. Instant death.
Huh.
Turns you into a baby turtle.
Runs you over too.
Yeah.
What is that thing in the background?
It's like the core of the Technodrome. It's got the Hyperstone hooked up into it, I believe. I have not been good for actually reading the title card.
All right, yeah, there's a story.
Yeah, right.
Look, just heard stuff, okay?
That's all I need to hear.
You said you were going to talk turtle for the whole video.
I said I talk turtle a lot, but
You barely have.
I know.
I won't lie, I
I'm
don't
off my
mind
game.
because it probably would have got old pretty quick. But I was curious to see, like, okay, how long can he keep it up for?
yeah. Well, guys, that's been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry, Teenage Hero Mutant Turtles with the Hyperstone Heist.
Well, that was fun to play. I managed
Yeah.
to enjoy a beat 'em up for once. Having friends helps.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time on our Sunday Sega sessions.
You guys know what to do.
Gits.
Yep. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We're only talking to ourselves at this point, but in the future, do the things.